What's up, oddballs? You're watching the Oddcast.
Get out.
What? Nice.
What's up, everyone? We're back with another episode of the Oddcast, and we have our first guest.
You
Sorry,
heard him.
our-
You heard about him in the first episode of the Oddcast.
And I
We
think a
talked
couple
about
others.
him. And a couple others.
He's had a few
Well,
shout
his
outs.
name is Hunter Mitchell.
No way.
Hunter Mitchell,
It's me.
otherwise known as Bay.
Bay.
I call him Bay because I don't even remember why we started doing that. But
It's because we had that bromance for like a few years.
Yeah, okay, I remember
Still
now.
a
few
I remember
years back,
romance,
though.
but
I mean, I thought we had a bromance, but I never
Sorry.
got no cute nickname.
You do. You just
You
haven't
my
seen
mans,
phone
though.
Contact.
oh, you talking about
You
you
haven't
guys'
seen the phone
romance?
contact? It says "Do not answer." Brown boy.
And we have the Autodillo once again. He's always going to be in every episode as long as we remember him. So we're 2 for 2 now. That's 100%.
We almost forgot him at the beginning of this episode, but that's okay.
Yep. But we're good.
So, Hunter, tell us a little bit about yourself. Let the audience know who you are.
Well, I'm Hunter Mitchell. I've born and raised pretty much in St. George, Utah. Right now, I'm currently going to school at Dixie State University, studying psychology. Want to be in that route somewhere. Not sure exactly where I want to go yet with that, but got married 6 months ago. And
Oh, yeah.
Just a wee
Yeah.
little
I
babe.
was
That's
get
crazy.
that.
How's
I know.
the married life? How is
married-
that?
It's fantastic. I love
That's
it.
awesome, dude. Congrats on that.
Thank you.
That's super
He's all
great.
like, yeah.
It's
I'm married.
It's great.
I love her.
You gotta share the experience of like how you guys met. And
Yeah, dude,
everything.
to give us a good minute and a half summary of
I could do that, but
Get
it would be
close in
hard
person.
because you just want how we met or how it evolved.
How it evolved. I
yeah,
mean,
bro,
if
because
you're
that's
cool with
crazy.
that.
Because I remember you guys have been friends for a long time.
Well, it started in middle school, really. I mean, we were just talking about our first memory of each other, and it was in Lava Ridge when I was a Valentine to her best friend. And when I went to go give her a gift, she was there, and she's like, "That's the first time I remember actually having a memory of you."
Huh.
And I was like, "That's awkward."
Automatically putting in the jealousy.
But
Yeah.
Roped her in.
the next year
Yeah.
we sat next to each other in our homeroom, and I mean, I was just going over statistically
Yeah.
like the odds of me actually sitting by her in that class is so small.
That's adorable.
And
Dude, he did
Like-
the math about their love.
He's like
I like
thinking
math.
about
I
it,
love
like,
math.
he's like Sherlock Holmes.
seeing numbers.
Not quite, but we just started making inside jokes because we were both odd and like in the awkward phase of life, and we both found like to be friends, and since then we've just been kind of like trying to be friends with everyone, and we find ourselves in the same friend groups and have been really good friends throughout high school. But then
You dated in high school too.
we
right?
never were official in high school, but
Really? You
after
you never
senior
were
year
official? I thought you guys
no.
had been like kind of off and on.
Well, see, that's what everyone thought. But
Because I remember all the stories. I remember like when you told me like you first kissed her or whatever, but you were never actually officially dating.
no, never officially dated.
I don't even. Oh, that's
I
wild.
kissed
What a
her.
stud.
I kissed her for the first time after a date with another girl.
yeah, I remember that.
But
That's the way to do it.
but it
Dang.
just got more serious throughout high school, and then we both went and served LDS missions, and she got home, and 6 months later we were married.
Dude.
Dude, that is so intense. I remember being at the Big Ben's moving company meeting, and you had told me that you guys were like gonna get married and
Yeah.
stuff, and I remember being so like, yes, this is what needed to happen because I knew it was gonna.
You were like two of the,
the
most
universe
friendly
the
people.
universe wanted it to
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
No, for real. You really are, like you two are the most friendliest people I've ever met. So,
Well,
remember
I love her a lot.
We'd
a-
hope so.
Oh.
No, I'm just-
Which
There's
one we
a-
hope so. So
There's a line in a song that we love that says, "The best advice we'd ever received was for you and me to stay together." And we sing that to each other sometimes when we're just by ourselves, and it's cute.
dude.
dang.
Chris just sings into a mic. He just
That's
raps
tough
into
out
a
I
mic.
just
You're
rap
pressing
into
on
mine.
his
fire.
That's
He
my-
calls
that's-
out all the people.
It's this one right here. It's like
I stole it
you
from
know,
Chris.
Every
He's
night
getting
I
jealous.
just be kisses
Every night.
sometimes. You know?
It says his bedtime story in it.
You know what's crazy about that though? I think about this sometimes too, cause so I'm 22. my sister got married at 22,
Mhm.
and I'm like not even close to dating anyone like right now, like literally like not even talking to any like girl like that at all, right? So it's like to me, it's like like being married right now is like so like not even on my radar. It's not even a thing I think about. But it's like kids younger than me are married with kids.
Yeah.
You're married, and I'm just like, what? Like, bro, I don't even like make enough money to support like myself. Like, if I wasn't living at home, like, how is this even? What?
She's the sugar mama.
We actually were talking about wanting to have your wife on, talk about like videography and stuff like that, and her photography business and stuff, and to see how
I'm sure
that
she'd
would
love
be.
that.
Dude, that's so crazy. Like that you guys. I mean, like I'm sure everyone in high school knew that you two were the ones to get together and like and just you guys were for sure gonna be married, or else like love isn't real.
Yeah,
So-
you're kind of right about that.
But no, for real, and it's true. Like two of the most positive people in the world just happened to be together, and that was awesome, dude.
Yeah, dude, I don't think I like ever even talked to her in high school, like whatsoever. Like I knew who she was, but like when I came and talked to you and your parents, and she's like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" and came and gave me a hug, I was like, "Dude, we barely know each other." Like,
You're so nice.
yeah, for real. It was just like she's
She's
always
cute.
super welcoming, and so are you. Like you came in here and introduced yourself to everybody, and just put a smile on your face. Bring in good energy,
Oh,
my
that's
guy.
nice of
Good
you.
energy.
That good
Yeah.
psychology.
Positivity.
Positivity.
Psychology's whack, bro.
For real.
So that was what we want to talk about today was like, because Tanner and I have always talked about like every time we come up and we talk about Hunter, we're always like, dang, that guy's like the most positive man we know. So we want to talk about positivity and role models, and so we want to start with like what keeps you positive on the daily, because sometimes like I go through those days, or like even sometimes like a week where I'm just like I'm not feeling it, you know. So it's like, how do you remain so positive, or are like deep down do you like sometimes, because sometimes the people who seem the happiest on the surface aren't, you know. So like I'm not trying to like expose,
He doesn't have struggles.
I'm
He's-
not trying to expose, be like, are you
that's-
depressed, but like, you know what I mean, like how do you remain
Confess.
positive in life?
Well, that's interesting you say that, because when Tanner told me about like the topic of this podcast, I've been thinking about it, and I was like, like what am I gonna say, you know? But I think that really it boils down for me to not confuse positivity with happiness or joy, because even if you aren't in a happy time or you have a lot of challenges, you can still be positive by like finding other things. Kind of to
Okay.
talk about your question there for a second about like how do I stay positive day to day. I'm not all the time.
So what you're
But-
saying though is you can be having a positive attitude while being not happy.
Yeah, for
Interesting.
sure. And I think it's like
Wow.
something my wife always points out to me is like she always wants something to look forward to. Like if I don't have a trip planned or something, then it's like what are we looking forward to? Like
Like there's no point to
yeah,
living if there's like nothing to do.
that's what she'll remind me that like almost every day. She's like, what is the point of me going to work if I'm just working over and over and over? Like if there's nothing, like what are we saving up for?
Yeah.
And so we plan.
What's your
little
money just doing in a
trips.
savings account? You
Yeah,
know?
we just plan trips and like we look forward to them, and like it's fun to look forward together. You know,
Yeah.
that was my other thought about like how it's easier to stay positive is to have good support system, because like
Yeah.
family and friends are really helpful. I went to a wedding reception right before this, and I was like, all of us are gathered here. There's probably 100 people there. Don't tell the government, but
The who?
We'll cut that.
it's like you're watching. There's probably that. Oh. So
Fast
anyway.
forward.
but I realized like the whole reason we're here is to celebrate these two people being together, and it's what's going to make them the most happy in their entire life. And I realized like my happiness really roots from being with those I'm closest with, like
Yeah.
family and friends. When I'm sad or when I'm having down days, it's when I haven't been nice to those people, or when I haven't been close to them, or haven't said anything to them for a while, and then I'm like, oh crap, I gotta message everyone in the world. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
So for everyone who's listening to this, because Hunter, we're not all Christian, One of our buddies that we've
We're
talked
not
about.
all Christian.
No,
He's
we're
much
not. We're not.
stronger than any of us.
But Christian and I always talk about how like your positivity and your like humbleness and everything is like you studied or like lived with like the Buddhists and like the monks, and you just
Hunters
somehow
is-
like got so like ahead of
Jesus?
everyone.
Like, does Jesus not in there? Like, I like.
It's like Buddhist monks and those other
He
guys.
like gets home from his mission, Sir LDS mission. He's so like happy, peaceful. Like, wow, were you with Buddha? It's like Jesus. Like,
Jesus just got done spreading the good word. No, but we always talked about how you were always just so positive, and so for the people who are listening to you saying, you know, you can be in a bad mood but then choose to be happy, what is that like? Like how do you
Yeah, that's a really
choose
interesting
that?
perspective.
Well, like I was saying, I feel like positivity isn't happy. A lot of times we think of them or use them interchangeably, but I think that they are two different things. Like there are so many different emotions and feelings we can have, and I think there's a difference between positivity and happy. And like maybe I'm sad, maybe that day I'm having a tough time, like my dog died or something, you know, and it's sad for me, but like it doesn't mean I need to go around slouched and like sad. You know, there's a time for being sad and there's a time for, you know, being positive. And like even though my dog's gone as this situation, it's like I can still be positive about the memories I have with him. You know, I feel like there's two sides to every situation, and like that could be the two sides of like positive and happy versus like sad and, you know, down.
Yeah.
Do you think gratitude plays into that?
For sure. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
yeah, I was talking to Steve. He works for Audio Mover. Shout out Audio Mover for sponsoring us. So he works for Audio Mover, and he was just saying, because I was talking to him about, I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek. I'm making a whole like some music about like, so basically I put out no, I'm not gonna announce anything. Never mind. I'm writing a lot of like depressing music right now. So I'm just like anyway. So I
You good, bro?
I'm just not trying to announce
Checking on your
anything because I
friends.
have like a whole plan for like a few months down the road. But and he's all like, dang, bro, like, you know, one thing that's really helped me stay positive and like help me not be in such a sad mood all the time is just like being grateful. So he's like, it sounds dumb, and it sounds like what all your church leaders will always tell you all the time, like keep a gratitude journal. But he's like, no, seriously, just write down at least one thing you're grateful. It can be simple, like, and you're gonna look back and be like, wow, I was grateful that day that somebody opened the door for me or something like that. And he's just like, it makes a difference. I'm like, that's interesting. 'Cause it
Counting those
does.
blessings and
Yeah.
really taking the time to look at your everyday life and just look at the little things.
So I do that at night.
Yeah, bro, seriously, I need to.
Not
I
every
seriously
night,
need
but
to.
like I have a journal by my desk or by my bed, and at night on some days when maybe I need it, I'll sit down and write 3 things that I'm grateful for and like really think about it rather than just like, oh, I'm glad that I have a bed to sleep on. Like that's a good thing, yeah, but like I'm sure I can think of something more about that day. I mean,
Yeah, I think
But-
it's really hard because, like, we all take things for granted. Like, I'm pretty busy right now, like, with school and work and everything, and there'll be days where I'm just like, dude, I just want to be done. Like, I just want to go home and lay in bed. But at the same time, like, I live in a good area. I get to go to school. I get my school paid for because of an internship I have a good family, good support system. Like, why am I complaining? Like, it just makes you realize how small your problem actually is, and which it's okay to feel like that, but it just, like, writing down what you're grateful for makes you realize how insignificant this problem is.
You forgot that you can rock a killer mustache.
He can. For all the crap that I gave you, I was just jealous that I can't grow facial hair. And I'm sorry, Ben.
Yo, today I was like, yo, Tanner, you know, it's so pathetic. He's like, what? I'm like,
I
when
hate
people
you.
when people our age, grown men, can't grow facial hair. That's pathetic.
What are you
And
trying
he
to say about me?
He starts going off in the gym. And I'm like, you know what's even worse? When people, like, bleach their hair, right? And then, like, it
What?
starts, like, going deep like a running back. Like, you just
He's
start
like, when they
losing your
bleach the hair, and it's just gonna fall out anyway. And I was just like, let's just lift.
To get back on to
Sorry, anyway, that was
No,
so
we're talking
sorry.
about
being grateful and
positivity.
positivity.
That's
But
awesome.
like you take things for granted, and like that, I feel like a lot of people do, and I realized just like this week I went to Alabama. I drove to Alabama and I got back yesterday. But on the flights home, I started to realize, and I know it was like 4 days, right? It wasn't much, but like 4 days without like hanging out with the homies or like being able to get on my laptop and work on the Oddcast, and that's kind of why we're late in episodes. So sorry, guys. That was my bad. I'll take blame for that 100%. But
I'm a viewer and
and you didn't even notice. No, but
Yo, stuff like a weekly thing, like stuff goes by fast.
it does.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
so when I was on the flight home though, I just started thinking about like my family and my friends. Like my mom is going to be moving to Salt Lake here in like 2 weeks, and I was just like, wow, that's crazy. Like she always wanted to hang out, and like, Mom, I love you, but like at the time I just took it for granted because I was like, she's my mom, she's my lame white mom.
Whoa.
Not that
Whoa.
white is lame, but like I'm brown, so I
She
just had to clarify
funded
that I had a
you.
white mom.
She gave you $1.
She
funded.
did fund us, Mom. I love you, and I love that dollar.
I just had to clarify that she's white.
No, but I really do see that we take things for granted.
Are you
and, like,
adopted?
Aubrey?
No, you adopted.
No,
Then your mom's white though. So how are you brown?
I still have a dad.
Whoa.
Wow.
But that's kind of just to go back with that is don't take things for granted. Like be like you said, have that kind of outlook of close family and friends. Those relationships can keep you positive in the times that you're sad and not feeling too great.
And I think it's easy to get caught up in everything just with how busy life is, because like people get caught up in jobs and just life in general and forget what makes them happy, like you were saying, family and all that. Like I don't know, this semester has just been a lot for me, especially because I'm graduating in May, and like I don't know what I'm gonna do after, so I've been trying to like do a lot for myself, but I feel like I should be focusing more on like the relationships around me, because I might not be here in a couple months. I might be moving somewhere else.
Huh?
So I mean, what?
I have something I want to say
Interesting.
too, like about what Ben had said earlier. He just mentioned it slightly. He's like, you had said something about like, even though those feelings are real, like this is another way. Like, just for people that may not have that family support and may not have a lot of friends, there are still other ways, like, you know, to look forward to things and like to find support.
Sure.
Whether it's through like religion or whether it's through meditation or like, you know, reading. There are other ways to find positivity if you don't have that kind of support, and like don't ignore the feelings, because like a lot of people I feel like get caught in this cycle of like if they're feeling sad, they just tell themselves, okay, like I just need to be happy, and they don't deal with those feelings that are sad, and then it just comes up being like long-term depression because they aren't dealing with those. They're internalizing rather than externalizing those emotions, and they're just telling themselves be happy, and it's not the real joy
For
or
sure.
happiness that we can feel if we like deal with our issue.
Yeah, you got to understand why you're sad instead of just moving on. That's interesting. I never really thought about it like that.
Yeah,
It's like pushing your emotions deep down just makes
Yeah.
everything worse.
It also lowers your self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Isn't
tough.
that like kind of like why they have? And I'm gonna butcher it, but isn't it that's why they have like appreciation week for men, for like bringing awareness to their emotions and things? Isn't that like a thing?
That's
I've
cute.
heard that. I've heard where it's like, because you know, a lot of guys are told, you know, men, you don't cry, you don't.
Yeah.
you
Bro,
don't
that's what-
have those things.
Like growing up, I'm always like, yo, the ideal man is like the man that's like tough, has no emotions, is
Weighs
just like
280
stone
pounds
cold
and
and
has
stuff
a
like
beard.
that. But I'm like, wait, what'd you say?
weighs 280 pounds and has
weighs
a beard.
weighs 280 pounds.
Wears
a beard.
plaid and has an axe and hangs out in the forest.
Exactly,
I
right?
don't have
That's
a beard.
That's a man, right? But then I'm like, dude, I like legit, like there was one time I sat down, I'm like, what's a real man? What is a real man? A real man is somebody who treats everyone with respect and loves people and is kind and courteous. That's a real man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
not some dude who's just gonna be like, I'm better than everyone else. I'm cool. I can like ride my Harley Davidson through your household, like type stuff. So it's
Through
like,
your household.
you know what I mean? With an axe in the forest, you know. So
Do
like,
people do that? Paul
I
Bunyan.
pray they don't.
but like that's a real man to me. Is like somebody who's just like a kind, respectful individual.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
You know
think
what I mean?
a lot of the expectations in media or the expectations people have of themselves play a lot into their positivity and their own mindset too. So
Yeah.
you gotta check those and make sure that they're actually what you want, not just what somebody else wants. What you want to become is different than what everybody else wants or what the media wants you to become.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've been learning. I don't want to talk too much, but like
Dude, you're the
Yeah,
you're the
guest.
guest, that's
You get to
You're a
talk
celebrity
as much as
guest.
you want.
in my psychology class I'm taking right now, we've learned that like to build self-esteem, you need to find something you care about and be good at it. Like
Ooh.
because society will tell us things that you should be good at as a man or as a, you know, whatever category they want to put you in, but to find like true self-esteem and like true happiness, you need to find what you like and do that well, because that's what's going to really help boost you. I mean, who like,
And don't let people tell you what you like or don't like. You
Yeah.
decide for yourself. And if you enjoy it, go out and do it.
yeah, for sure.
It's hard.
Like
you,
have
have,
a garage band.
you don't have to have people supporting you to do what
Shout
you
out
want
to
to
Moon
do.
Sugar.
Yeah.
Band.
Yeah.
Speaking of band, Hunter, you're in a band.
Yeah.
Let's
Talk
talk about
about
this
it.
band
I
real
want to
quick.
hear about that.
Well, we've been practicing now for a few months. We just started out as like a little 60s garage band with me, my wife, and a kid from her work that knows how to do audio.
That's
You didn't
sick.
call me up?
Yeah. Next thing you know, I have some electric drums, and now I'm practicing all the time
Dude.
and love it. It's so much fun. It's
when did you start playing?
honestly just a few months ago, because
Dude.
I started out I started out on
awesome.
the bass, because I've always wanted to learn bass guitar.
Dude,
And so I started jamming on the bass, and it was pretty easy. I mean, I play the guitar and the ukulele and some other string instruments. And
You
it's
play
like,
the guitar on the what?
the ukulele. Thank you. But
I see Tanner's face.
he's stressed. but
For
But
those of you who don't know,
bass
Tanner
was
is
easy.
Hawaiian, so it's ukulele.
Yeah.
he's Hawaiian. I thought he was
Ukulele.
brown.
He's just said ukulele. It's ukulele. I'm just brown. Anyways, keep going.
He ain't Hawaiian, he brown.
But then I picked up the bass. It was pretty easy. But my wife was playing the guitar, and she wasn't able to play the power chords. They're pretty tough for her small, tiny hands. And so we were switching around, and the drummer at the time, he's like, I know how to play guitar pretty good. Like, I could do really well. And we're like, how about you play guitar then? Then my wife will go to bass, because that's a little easier for her hands, and then I'll just start drums. And I've always wanted
I'll
to be
just
a
start
drummer.
playing the drums. Okay.
I've always
yeah,
wanted
I
to be
like
a
that.
drummer.
Dude, I love
I'm
the
always
confidence.
tapping. I have so much energy inside of me, and like when I picked up those sticks, I was like
Dude, there's
thinking I
something
was gonna be a
about drums.
legend, and then it was like
No, you had like an out of body experience, and you're like, the power within. The power within.
He just starts flipping this.
but I didn't do so well
Oh.
the first time. But the guy that I was with was like encouraging, and he was like, "You're a lot better than I was my first time." And then I was like, maybe I should really try for this, because I have, you know, and I picked it up really quick. I mean, I'm not the greatest drummer, but I can
If you're able
hold
to
my
keep a
own.
rhythm
Yeah,
and
like
play in a band, I mean, that's more
Yeah.
than most people
Yeah,
can
bro.
do. So
And
So-
what's the band's name?
Moon Sugar.
Moon Sugar.
Moon
Shout out
Sugar.
to Moon Sugar.
Yeah,
Do you guys have
Sugar.
any like?
you can email me at hunter@moonsugarband.com.
What is that? Do you have a website then?
We have our own domain.
Oh, that's a plug right there.
nonchalant.
It was so
I've been
funny.
rapping for 5 years and I still don't have that.
It was so funny because the like night that we actually settled on a band name, we were coming up. I was really rooting for Salacious Crumb, but they weren't feeling that, so we went with Moon Sugar. But the night we actually came up on Moon Sugar, like I get an email to my email, and it was like, click here to sign up for hunter@moonsugarband.com, and I was like, no, this kid set up a domain for us tonight. Like,
What?
Dang, dude.
so I signed up, obviously, but it
Obviously.
Dude, homies making things happen.
was awesome.
Yeah.
Making moves.
And then I got
Dang.
an email from someone, and it was like, I'm your biggest fan. I was like, looked in the room, and I was like, just a kid sitting across the way. I'm like, dang, maybe one day.
Yeah, that's crazy that you picked it up that fast, though.
It's fun.
Yeah, bro.
It's really fun.
That's intense, man.
You gotta try everything at least
Yeah.
once,
Dude,
other
yeah.
than drugs.
True. Other than drugs.
Yeah, don't do those.
Unless
More than
unless you prescribed.
More than once. Don't do them more than once.
Unless you prescribed. If like your doctor like prescribes you like pain medication, you're like, sorry, the Oddcast told me not to. You're like, don't do that.
You're like sitting there.
Sorry,
with,
the
like, a
nice
really
brown man on the
serious
TV told me
wound.
not to do drugs.
Why is it the brown one?
Because you said it first. Okay, fine. The nice Hawaiian man on the TV told Role models?
Yeah. I mean, you kind of talked about it right there, how like the guy was like,
Yeah.
don't give up, with doing the drums. Have you seen that in like obviously other aspects of your life, of role models of telling you how to?
Segue. That was a perfect segue.
Yo, I want to hear you top 3. You want to like leave like I guess like religious figures out of it, or just like, because I mean,
When we were on the phone, he said,
I know
Jesus.
that's what I said.
well, yeah,
I was like, how do you
obviously I
say
was
no?
expecting Jesus, right? But I mean, I guess why would we exclude him?
Yeah.
Well, let's just agree that he's the top.
He's the top one. So your
Okay,
top 3 like
Yeah, let's get the top 3.
top
Isn't
3
JC.
other than
Honestly,
other
my
than that.
wife, she's probably one of
Interesting.
them because she is one of the most like enjoyable people for me to be around, and is always happy about something,
yeah.
always excited about something, and she's sad a lot. And I think that that's really opened my eyes to seeing like that there are different emotions. To be sad and happy can be at the same time. Like just because we associate them to opposites doesn't mean they are.
That's so crazy to me, dude. Like that mindset. I love it. I've never heard that before.
Yeah,
so
like
I
happy
really,
and sad are not acts.
Yeah, you
like,
don't believe-
actually
like,
opposites.
at least in
Yes.
my mindset, that's never been like, how can you be sad and happy this?
Well, you got those happy tears, right? Like, how do you explain that emotion without saying, I'm happy, but I'm also sad? I don't know.
What?
Hey,
Like, and
this
also,
is the best episode.
For real?
but yeah, I would say my wife for sure. She is one of my biggest role models. And that's been the case throughout my entire life that I've known her, because she's really one of the people that encouraged me to reach out to people that may not have as many friends, or like may not be as what's the word I'm thinking of, like as popular, I guess, because like our friendship began sitting outside on the grass at middle school eating lunch with kids that were like kids that I maybe thought was a little weird, but that become my best friends.
Bro,
You know,
I
like
always remember that about you. You always be hanging out with the most random kids. I'm like,
Chris,
who
I hung out
is
with you,
that?
man.
wait, what?
Yeah,
You
but
say?
you
I
hung out with me
you.
too. So like,
Wait, say that again.
I said, Chris, I hung out with you.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I know exactly. Right, but no, like literally to be like, I've never seen that kid in my entire life. Who is that kid? Hunter's friends with him. That's inspired me to like. I feel like I have a lot of friends that, like, or not even necessarily friends. Like I still talk to or whatever. That I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
I
it's
saw a
just-
couple of them tonight at that wedding reception that like I hadn't seen for a while, but that like I still am caught up on their life, and like
Yeah.
it's cool.
I feel
It's
like you're
cool.
really good at that too. Just like your energy, like you catch right back up to where you were
you're
at
very
with people.
welcoming
Yeah.
to tons of people,
brother.
and you can. I feel like you really do care. It's not like one of those like, yeah, I'm gonna talk to this person because they came up to me.
Yeah,
It's like-
I see.
You genuinely care, and you're present
Oh,
with
brother.
them, and so that is a very big thing.
You know, there's the actual definition of extrovert and introvert is actually where you gain your energy from. Extroverts aren't necessarily the people that are outgoing, but they're the people that gain their energy from being with other people. Whereas introverts, they're not necessarily the people who are shy. They're the people who gain energy from being alone. And
That's interesting.
And so like I like emotional
Learning
energy,
so many things
physical
tonight.
energy, like I find myself as an introvert, even though like when I'm in groups of people and stuff, I can be very outgoing, I can like enjoy my time, but like I need some alone time,
Yeah.
like to recharge my battery, But
For
like
sure.
I do enjoy it. Like it's so fun to be with people, but I have a threshold where it's like
I'm
I
the
gotta
same
leave.
way.
Like, I'm so tired. Like I just feel drained after being with people for too long, and I'm not saying that about right now. I feel fine. But
Do you ever get like
You're just saying
anxious?
that because you're being filmed.
Like I get so anxious if I'm with people all day. Like I have to be alone.
Yeah.
For like even sometimes like people like I'll say no to hanging out, or like even with Tanner, bro. Sometimes I'm like, I just
Get out.
like
are
sometimes
you in
he's
my
like,
house
yo,
at 2
like do you
a.m.?
want to go to the gym together? And I'm like, I have no reason to say no other than I just want to be alone.
Yeah.
Tanner's definitely an extrovert, I
It's
think.
very, and that's so true, dude. I don't think I can ever think of a time where I've felt like someone's invited me to go do something, and maybe I don't want to do it, and I won't do it. But I've never been the kind of person to be I want to be alone and I want to recharge my battery. I've never been that way.
And
But it's probably because of my dark thoughts that I just have. I just don't want
Whoa.
to be alone.
Chill, bro.
Left alone with them.
so role model number
Remember what you're
2.
grateful
Yeah,
for.
role model number 2.
Yeah, number
Let's go
2.
back to
Moving
the
on.
steps.
Number 2.
Oh man, that's so tough. Like I think the people I'm closest with end up being my biggest role models, but there's another role model I have that like I guess I'm not really close to them other than like emotionally or spiritually close with them. Like I don't see them all the time, but he's a leader that I've had in my youth that like we really had a lot of good discussions at one time in my life when I really needed them. And some of the things he's said have really just stuck with me about like joy, because I do have a lot of depression and anxiety, and like he was like a counselor to me when I didn't want to go to a counselor or something. And
Cool.
like he really taught me a lot about like what it means to be happy and like what things if I value I'll find reward in. And like in family and friends and living good, like a good life, whatever that means for you. Like, but that's probably my role model number 2.
You want to say his name or you want to keep that?
Yeah, sure. His name's Ben.
Not me.
I didn't know you're that old.
No, I'm just kidding. He was a bishop of mine. His name's Ben Harris, but he's really, really a good man and has taught me a lot.
Cool. That's good. That's a good role model.
I do like that.
Yeah, and
Somebody can help
he's
with
awesome.
stuff like that.
But
Number 3.
number 3, shoot, I want to say
Number
like
3 is my lord.
Number 3, my lord.
Number 3,
Number 4, number 5.
I want to say like mom and dad, but honestly they
haven't done nothing for me.
no, like I wouldn't say that. Well, okay, I definitely see them as role and relationship models for me,
Mm-hmm.
but I wouldn't say they're my top 3. Like
Yeah,
I'm with them all the time, and it makes me seem like weird to say not mom and dad because they have been good influence on me. Like I wouldn't be where I am without them, but I feel like
being too close to like when
Yeah.
people think of role models, they think of somebody that like they don't know their whole life, I guess. Like when you see your parents, like you have their whole relationship, like
yeah.
you see their negatives and
Yep.
positives, but role models,
It's
role
like those
models, you only see the
impactful
positive.
moments, and
Yeah.
you see
Yeah.
those times where they have done good in your life.
Yeah. Shoot, role model number 3. You know, honestly, probably just a really good friend. He lives here in St. George. His name's Elliot Harris, and like he was a super good influence on me in the same way. Like he and I were both going through a tough time when we were closer, and it was just really nice to be able to relate with someone and to see how he has changed since then, and like to see how he's been able to go through his journey is like really powerful to me to see like where like his story's crazy.
Yeah.
Like from start to finish, and the portion I got to know him really well, it's like it's incredible to see how far he's come in his own journey, and it just encourages me to like, I mean, I don't have it that bad, kind of like what Ben was saying earlier, is like I have a good life, really
Yeah.
good life, and when I see people that don't and like get close to them, he was my role model for a while. Like just to see how he handles it and
Uh-huh.
like how I would be handling it would be like flipping a table over and like freaking out or like panic attack or something, but he was always just so steady. And he's so
Interesting.
funny too. Like he turns a lot of his stress into humor, and it's great. But
That's good.
yeah, 3 of them. I wish I would have thought more about that because that one was tough. Cause
Yeah, we could have asked you beforehand, my bad.
well, no, he did.
No, but I'm glad that we kind of had
like-
you on the spot because it almost brought up more.
Yeah,
Like you had to deeply think about that.
yeah.
I think that's intense. And I honestly, I don't think I've ever taken the time to think about my
Nicholas.
3 biggest role models in my life. So I will definitely have to do that.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna switch gears.
Switching gears.
I saw this last night, and I was like, we have to do a segment on this. So shout out to Nick D.
Nick
He
D.
probably won't see this. But would you rather?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh shoot! I thought this was like for the group.
Well, we could do it for the group.
You'll answer first.
Well, you'll answer first.
Oh, frick.
Would you? This was wild to me. I was like, this is insane. Would you rather have every single dog that sees you for the rest of your life attack you, or every single bird for the rest of your life attack you.
I've seen a lot of birds and I've seen a lot of dogs. I'm gonna have to say
Because think about this, dogs, bro. What if like some freaking
Dogs
like
are
Doberman
mean.
Pinscher,
Right. They're huge.
or like some pit bull, or like bulldog, or like Great Dane sees you, bro, and it's like they're like a bull,
yeah.
and they're like trying to kill you. They're
I've
trying to
seen
attack
some dogs that weigh more than me, and it's like I would be intimidated.
Yeah, but
then
what
again,
about an eagle? An eagle can like hit
Yeah.
you and go back up. And
and
keep
yeah,
I
but
just
like-
feel like the
wobbling
pecking
down.
would hurt though.
you. But like if you see
the
if you
incessant
see it coming,
pecking.
dude, you can avoid.
No, bro. Every single bird you've ever seen. Think about the proportions of dogs to birds that you see.
You
every
can
day.
maybe outrun a dog. A bird.
No, bro. You can't outrun a dog. Sorry.
No,
Tanner.
bro, dogs can knock like doors down, bro. Okay,
Sorry to
literally,
shoot you
if you
Not all dogs.
if you run in
True,
here,
true.
if you're like in here, I guess you can outrun a bird in here.
No way, bro. And
Neither a
if
dog
they're
either.
trying to attack you,
Ben's just like full of anxiety right now.
He's like, oh, I don't know how to answer this. It's like you say dog, all of a sudden like a horde of dogs comes in. So you're like, "No," like the hellhounds from Hunger Games. You're like, no.
What? So
All right, let's
are
hear
you
it.
going
Sorry.
with dogs?
I'm gonna go with dogs because I have seen a lot of cute dogs.
But those dogs are going to attack
Yeah,
you.
birds
now.
aren't really
Yeah,
cute.
They're
unless like
they're
a-
going to attack me, but
You
I
get-
feel like I die quicker from dogs, as well as I
You're
might
like tormented the rest of your life by all these
I might
birds
enjoy being with the dogs
while
in
you're
a
getting
weird,
While they're-
alive.
as they're
mauling
eating your
you.
flesh.
in a sick way. Like,
yes.
It's like you're so adorable. Yeah, eat
I
my
mean,
hand off.
okay, you give me a scenario where I'm gonna die either way from terrible things, so I'm gonna pick the lesser of two evils and say
Maybe you don't die.
I might enjoy the dogs being on me. Like,
There's like
love
like
when my dogs give me
there's like a
hugs.
scene like it's like in the middle of like nowhere, nobody sees it. All of a sudden, people just see all these birds just like like going ham, just like and then
you
like
can't
the
even
the
see
bird
Hunter.
the
But
birds
wait.
leave and there's just like this bones corpse. They just ate Hunter.
I've got another thing to say though. What happens when you see your dog coming at you?
Really.
The dog
Attacks you.
you have.
He
And it's
attacks
like,
you.
but wait,
He lets
no.
He lets it happen because he loves his
Yeah,
dog
he
too much.
he likes
He's
getting
already biting his lip.
he
Look at
likes
him.
getting the
No.
dogs.
I would choose birds, man. I would choose birds. Dogs are huge,
Bro,
man.
talons can puncture your body like straight to your heart.
Freaking death from
I'm
above,
swinging,
dude.
bro.
Yeah.
I'm swinging.
But
On
here's
birds?
the
On
thing.
birds.
Here's the thing. Too, I feel like I could snap a bird's neck and like not feel like too guilty. But
Bro,
killing
until
a
there's a
dog,
pile of birds under you. Think you're
like,
climbing up a pile of birds.
Man,
killing
have you
every
not
single
seen
one.
I Am Legend?
Bro,
Doesn't that break
that's
your heart?
different, man.
he kills his dog.
I know. That's why.
Imagine if the roles reversed. He had a pet parrot, right? He like the parrot gets
Parrot
infected
turns into a zombie.
and
And
he snaps the parrot's
But
neck.
like, imagine the parrot talking.
this is so sick.
during
He's like,
that.
I love you. I'm gonna eat you. Like, I want a cracker.
Is that it? Is that the only one that you got?
No, I got
Or
more.
is there more?
I came up with this one, bro, like earlier today. So,
Rapid fire.
Yeah,
This-
let's go
okay.
rapid fire.
okay, would you rather have no nipples for the rest of your life or no eyelashes?
Nipples.
Because here's the thing. Okay, but look at this. You take off your shirt and it's like not like there's like a scar or anything. It's just like flat skin, like no nipples. Like you were never born with nipples. Or you have no eyelashes.
Yeah, but what if you're jacked? Do you still have the muscle?
Yeah, it's just you don't have nipples.
Dude,
I
I
would
would
pick
take
nipples.
that so any day.
Yeah.
Really?
I
No
feel,
nipples,
I feel
dude?
like without eyelashes, you would look so weird as a person.
And
Okay,
you'd
but-
probably
Like,
get some
especially
weird,
if you
like-
had other facial hair.
Yeah.
Imagine you're wearing a church shirt. Your nipples, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
You want to? I want to.
It would just look so weird. It would just look so weird.
Don't look at me, man. Don't look at me.
I saw this video
I
this
guess I was
week, actually about a magician who like he had this magic trick where he like pulled up on his skin and he moved his hand and his nipple was gone and then he went back down and it was back. I was like, what? So like I feel like I saw that this
You-
week. The
You
nipple
trying to
thing.
get his business card or something? Can you send him that video?
Magic
I'll
I'll
get
get
his
nipples
information
next
after. I'll get his information.
It was a
after.
weird magic trick and it was like, why are you showing us this on television?
Yeah. That's freaking weird.
Okay, that in my head that was a lot more complicated of a question, but
Okay.
okay. From this point forward, would you rather look old but feel young, or look young but feel old?
Look old but feel young, man. I've been waiting for the white hair for like 10 years already.
How old are you? 22?
23.
I forgot how old I was this week too.
Dude,
Not gonna
I think
lie.
I'm 22.
Okay. After 21, it really doesn't matter.
Whoa,
feel
I
like.
just haven't been asked since I was like 18 how
Yeah.
old I was.
So you've been waiting for white hair since you were 12.
Yeah.
Okay. Ever since you got the priest,
Well,
you were
you
like,
can-
I'm ready.
You can take
Ready to be
mine.
an old man.
Yeah.
Well, my dad's bald, so like starting to bald, so I'm like, please don't go bald. I want white hair.
Yeah.
We're not
All right.
talking about being bald.
Nothing. Yeah, no. Go ahead.
Tanner and I are gonna
Next
get
one?
in a fight. Ben's turn. That's
Oh,
why
it's my
I had
turn.
3 of them.
Okay, now we're switching games.
Mine aren't as.
What?
Unless you're.
No, you're
No,
good.
this is would you rather?
Are you doing Would You Rather too?
Yeah.
We
Oh,
have
okay.
more
no, go ahead.
games?
No, I'll just ask one. Would you rather have a family of 12 or never be able to have kids?
A family of 12.
Oh
I already
wow.
knew that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
families.
lot of kids. Though.
But
Jeez,
yeah, that
man.
is a tough question.
Is that
'cause-
worth the hassle though?
You're not getting any presents, man.
That's true. I'm not giving any either. I'm like, sorry, kids.
I
Your
guess
birthday
you're
was
right.
last year.
It was last year.
Dude, I don't know how people do that though.
I don't know if I could do that. Honestly, I answered so quickly because I do want to have
You want
children.
kids, yeah.
But
Yeah.
12?
A lot of
look,
sleep
that's like
gone
a
right
that's
out
like
the
a honeymoon your
window.
whole life though. If you don't have kids,
Yeah.
it's
that's
like
pretty-
living the life. But
For real.
it depends on what life you want to live.
Cool. I'm gonna switch up the game. To
that wasn't part of the plan.
I know.
Plans
switching up
the
change,
plan.
Chris. Plans
No, because we
change.
talked about it when we were up there.
We
Nah,
improvised.
you
Overrated
never
and
brought this-
underrated.
Oh, I guess you did.
So you know
I'm
this
just,
game, right?
I'm my bad.
I can assume.
He did talk to me about it.
So you just say you answer underrated, overrated, or properly
And
rated.
give,
properly
give a
rated.
brief explanation
Okay.
if
Bring it
you
on.
feel so
Bring it on.
inclined.
Basically, I give you a word like mayonnaise, and then you tell me.
Where's the leak, ma'am?
That is underrated.
Okay.
Mayonnaise?
Because mayo goes with sriracha. It goes with ketchup. It goes with
Oh, did you just say ketchup?
Dude, that's fry sauce.
bro.
Mayo and
No,
Ketchup.
I know
mix.
ketchup.
It's ketchup.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Ketchup.
It's okay. I accept you. I accept
Okay,
you for
I'm
your
gonna go quick.
differences.
I'm gonna go real quick.
Go.
Money.
Overrated.
Okay,
Good.
quick. Why?
Oh, why? Because it's not necessary.
Disneyland.
Overrated for sure.
What? Bro,
I've never been.
I just cut the game.
Tacos.
Tacos underrated.
Okay.
A good
Utah.
taco is good. Utah underrated. I think people, they often have the stereotype of like Mormon land or something, and they miss out on all the geology we have here and like all the cool national parks and lakes and stuff we have.
Spider-Man. All three of them. Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland.
Okay, well, wait, do I get to answer individually?
Yeah.
Okay, underrated for Tobey Maguire, way overrated for Andrew Garfield, and properly rated for Tom Holland.
Good. Well, yeah. Good.
He's like, I
Instagram.
agree. Okay.
Instagram, I don't have one. Overrated.
High school.
High school, underrated.
Energy drinks.
Properly rated.
I was about to drink it, then I realized it was almost 10 o'clock. So I was like,
You're like, I don't want to be up till midnight.
Wrestling.
Underrated. Well, depends on what kind, I guess.
Apple Music.
Apple Music, overrated. Spotify, everyone knows Spotify.
yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna
Spotify
skip the
gang.
next one. Podcast.
Podcasts, underrated. But I feel like they're gaining popularity like crazy this year and
Yeah.
last year.
Well, if you think about it, though, podcasts were just radio. We just kind of changed the name.
Well, and we can listen to it whenever we want and
Yeah,
have
true.
good service and clear quality. Like,
Okay. Yeah,
So technically wrong.
yeah, I'm wrong. I'm
Chris.
wrong.
Ryan Reynolds.
ah,
Don't break my heart.
No,
Dude,
be
I want to
honest.
say
Dude,
I'm
break his
saying
heart.
I'm leaning on underrated or properly rated.
Okay.
But
I'm cool.
I'm gonna go with properly rated.
Do you think he deserves to be
No,
the most paid actor, the highest paid actor?
not
in
a
Hollywood?
chance.
What is wrong with you?
Oh, that's like Tanner's like he would marry that man.
I know he would.
He would steal him from Blake Lively.
No, I
and
think
marry that
I
man.
think he is. I think he is number one, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because he
Wait, but
literally
this is about
plays
me.
such a good character in every role. He can play
That's
the
true.
romantic role. He can play the comedy. He can play action, serious, scary. You name it.
all while being ugly.
Hugh Jackman.
Deadpool.
Hugh
Everyone
Jackman.
used Deadpool.
Oh, he's my favorite. You know this.
And that's probably why you don't like. You know
Ryan
what? We'll
Reynolds.
settle that later.
Hugh Jackman's my favorite.
The gym.
The gym, properly rated for the people that go.
College.
Overrated.
Mm.
College is a business, and they just want to suck all the money you have out of your pocket.
Ben's like,
calling them out.
I'm graduating in a couple months.
No, bro.
Oh,
I
man.
wouldn't be going to college if it weren't for the government. As much as I don't like them, they're helping me out with that.
This one might be a little controversial. COVID.
COVID. Ooh, properly rated.
Okay.
I'll give you a reason why. Because there's a lot of perception involved with COVID-19. There's a lot of people who think it's very important and some people that think it's very not important or even fake. But I think that overall, we've been doing a good job as people, like trying to be sensitive to everyone's perception as well as sensitive to a virus itself.
As
Okay.
none of us are wearing masks.
The vaccine.
The vaccine? Overrated.
I'm going to play this audio clip real quick that my mom sent me.
Oh, my.
I was laughing so hard. Just
Hey, bro. I also wanted to let you know that
Put
I
it up
was
to
in New York this weekend for a wedding, and I got the vaccine, but it was the, I guess, the less researched Chinese one. But they said that so far they haven't seen any
Who is this?
side effects. But if I see any side effects, then I'll definitely let you know. But as of right now, there's nothing that I can see that's a side effect for the vaccine. So if you would like to get one, I can make you an appointment. No.
Oh,
What the crap?
I just had to. I had to. I'm sorry.
Why did your
guys.
mom send you
Dude, she thought it was the funniest thing, so she sent it to me. That was awful, but it's so funny.
I could let you know.
I had no
I
problem.
could let you know. I could set you up an appointment.
If that ain't racist, I don't know what.
I think it was pretty good. But yeah, that's about it. Hunter, thank you for coming on. We're
you
just
just
gonna
end
end
with
on that note. Cool.
Remember what you're grateful for.
Yeah,
Stay
definitely.
positive, even if you're upset. Hunter, if you want to plug in one more time your band name,
Moon
go ahead.
He gave it for
No,
you.
sorry.
Moon
I didn't mean
sugar.
to steal
No,
that.
no.
Moon Sugar.
Moon sugar. You can't look us up yet because we're actually not published, but
They're
we're
underground.
recording the drums tomorrow, I think, for our song that we're putting together. So there will be something soon.
Nice.
Cool. But you can look us up on Instagram and on YouTube. Our Instagram is __Oddcast. And if you look us up on YouTube, it's just the Oddcast. Link in our bio. So go give us a follow on Instagram. All right. Thanks, guys. Peace.
Peace.
What?